Texas Tech spent in the offseason, and it's already paying off. It's the best offense in the country in terms of scoring, which I feel like is a pretty important metric. The competition, though, somewhat to thank for that, but the competition does heat up Saturday when the ranked Red Raiders face the number 14th ranked offense in the country in Utah. So to help us get ready for this big game in the Big 12, let's welcome in Tom Fornelli and Brad Crawford. Tom, I'll start with you. Give us a Texas Tech storyline that we should be watching for in this one.
We saw a little bit of it there with the amount of points that the Texas Tech Red Raiders are scoring so far this year, but it's that they have one of the most explosive offenses in the country. They have been very impressive to start the season. Right now, they have an explosive play rate of 20.9%, which is second in the country behind only the USC Trojans, and there are a lot of different reasons for it. This has not just been a one-dimensional offense. Baron Morton, the veteran quarterback who returned for them, has been outstanding to start the season. He's got 923 yards through 3 games, 11 touchdowns, only 1 interception, and he's completing over 70% of his passes. And that passing attack is also complemented by a very strong run game in which the Texas Tech Red Raiders already have 3 running backs who have rushed for at least 150 yards on the season. And driving matters home, backup quarterback Will Hammond, he's also rushed for over 100 yards. So it's like this is coming from everywhere, in the air, on the ground. This is an offense that has been very difficult to stop and will provide a very big test for the Utah Utes in this matchup.
And for me, I mean, you want to keep an eye on Texas Tech at the tackle spots and how it can protect Baron Morton. He's only been sacked twice this year, both coming last week against Oregon State. But Utah, man, that defensive front has looked really good these first couple of weeks. They really frustrated Nico Iamaleava a couple weekends ago. And half of that left side of the Texas Tech O-line is new with transfers, including the left tackle and on the other side of the line, the right tackle. So the Utes are going to try to do everything they can to keep Baron Morton uncomfortable, something that he hasn't seen yet this fall.
Love, we asked you to provide your impact player for Texas Tech, and you both said wide receiver Coy Eakin. I love this, too, because it's the Big 12. We don't need to talk about the Texas Tech defense. Let's just keep it rolling with the offense here. Brad, what makes him so special?
I just think he's a big play waiting to happen. I mean, he's averaging 20.1 yards per catch this season. Obviously, that's a career high. Several of those have come in chunk plays. He has reached the end zone in every start thus far through week 3. And after watching some of his tape the last couple of years, I really came away impressed with just what a tough cover he is and how well he gets open in space, especially on third down situations, kind of becoming Baron Morton's top target. There's other weapons in this Red Raiders passing game, but Eakin is the guy who will be featured most often, and I think is the X factor Saturday afternoon.
On the other side, Devin Dampierre has been lighting up the scoreboard in this early season, coming over with his offensive coordinator from New Mexico. Tom, what have you seen from him in this early season?
Oh, he's been everything that Utah could have dreamed of when they got him in the transfer portal with New Mexico, with, as you mentioned, their new offensive coordinator, Jason Beck. Because if you look back to Utah last year, coming into the season, they were one of the favorites, even in their first year, to win the Big 12. But an injury to Cam Rising completely derailed the offense for the rest of the year and caused them to have a very, upsetting season for what they would be expecting with the Utes, the way that this program has gone under Kyle Whittingham. So in comes Devin Dampierre. He's doing everything. He's exactly as advertised. He leads the team in passing with 628 yards and 7 touchdowns, but he also currently leads the team in rushing. He's rushed for 198 yards and he has a touchdown, and he has just been a very difficult assignment for opposing defenses because while he is an excellent runner, he's also an underrated passer, and that if things aren't there, he's able to move around in the pocket to buy time. But when he does scramble and move, he keeps his eyes downfield to see if a target comes open, and if they do, he hits them with the pass. If they don't, he's more than happy to run and extend drives and pick up first downs, and that just wears on the psyche of a defense over 60 minutes where every time you think you've got the stop, every time you think you're about to get off the field, nope, there goes Devin Dampierre just scooting past you for a first down to make sure you stay out there for at least 3 more plays.
Yeah, I'm going to go back to the defensive side of the ball here. Utah secondary lost safety Rabbit Evans last week to a leg injury. He's out for the year after he missed the first 2 weeks. Got him back against Wyoming. He's a veteran presence back there. And this goes back to what I was saying earlier, Emily, about Utah's defense in this game and how it's so important. You've got to take pressure off of Utah's corners because of that pass rush up front. And if they can't get pressure on Bear and Morton, that makes the job at the back end of the defense and center field that much tougher on a few first-year guys. Texas Tech, we've said, is averaging 58 points a game, second in the country in total offense and yards per game. I don't think Utah can win a shootout if this game gets in the 40s. So pass defense is paramount, and that starts up front with the pass rush.
Yeah, Tom, how can John Henry help with that?
Yeah, Brad and I, we're seeing this exactly the same way, because I do think Utah needs to help out that secondary. And the guy to do it, John Henry Daly, who so far through 3 games this year has 6.5 tackles for loss, 5 sacks. He's forced a fumble. He has been a very disruptive player for this Utah defense. And as Brad was touching on earlier, with Texas Tech having some questions still at the tackle spot on their offensive line, bringing in new players, this is going to be the guy that they are tasked with stopping and keeping out of Baron Morton's lap, making sure he has time to move the ball down the field, because if they don't, he is a game wrecker. Just ask UCLA. This was a Utah defense that was on Nico Iamaleava 66% of his dropbacks back in the first week of the season. That's not a place Texas Tech wants to be in this game on the road, because you do not want to get this crowd fired up.
Yeah, it's not a place any quarterback wants to be. That was not fun for Nico in week 1. Brad, I think I know who you're picking in this game based on your college football playoff bracket, but the audience doesn't know it yet. So tell them who you have winning this game.
Yeah, Texas Tech has been my preseason pick to win the Big 12 and get to the playoff from the Big 12 since midsummer. And nothing I've seen the first 3 weeks has changed my mind. Joe McGuire and that Baron Morton-led offense is clicking on all cylinders. I know the competition the first 3 weeks has not been all that great, and they're going to face a pass rush for the first time this season on Saturday. But I'm going Red Raiders plus 3.5 and the money line. Hey, I can't bail on Texas Tech right now.
Yeah, I'm going to go the other direction. I don't feel great about it. I don't feel overly confident this is going to be a banger of a football game, but I just can't get past the fact that in the college football playoff era, Utah is 52-16 at home. Not many teams go in there and come home happy. I'm taking the Utes.
I like it. So you guys saw the game the same way in the beginning, but now we veer off. We'll see who wins this game on Saturday. Thank you both so much. You can check out more of their work on the College Football YouTube page. If you haven't checked it out, please do. There is so much happening over there, including a brand new podcast, The College Football Insiders. Fantastic information, so check it all out by scanning that QR code and subscribing to the College Football